I'm all dressed up in the most cliche Halloween outfit there is, a cat, ready to give you a 20-minute Halloween flow. Happy Halloween. Prepare for some ghoulish tomfoolery. Welcome to your spooky little flow. Let's start seated. Hands resting down on the knees, on the thighs. Maybe closing the eyes just for a second to find your space here. Taking a couple of deep breaths. And either batting open the eyes or keeping the eyes closed as you start to conjure a spooky spell. So you are the cauldron and your body is the spoon that's moving around. Maybe there's some huge witch above you controlling you. So start to take some circles with the body. Really slow, big circles. Maybe getting slower and bigger as more ingredients are popped into the cauldron, making it thicker and stickier. Moving the body round in those circles. And then let's start to take it back the other way, keeping your seat grounded. As you now move the other way, which might feel even stickier at first. So just giving it a bit of time to find some circles, starting to move into the body. A couple more circles like this. And then the next time you come back to center, just relax the chin into the chest as you slightly lower the head, looking down into that cauldron, to that potion. We're ready to cast a spell. So as you inhale, slowly lift the head and lift the arms with it, lifting all the way up. And then as you exhale, can you twist to the left? Twisting all the way to the left. Right hand coming to your knee, left hand behind you as you gently twist. Inhale, rise it back up. Arms coming all the way up, conjuring that spooky old spell. Twisting over to the right. Inhaling to come back to center. Exhale over to the left. Just starting to open up the body, maybe finding a bit of a deeper twist each time. Let's go back over to the right. One more time each way. Inhale, really lift those arms. Exhale to the left. Inhale all the way up to center. Exhale to the right. And then this time we come back to center, come onto hands and knees, all fours, knees stacked under hips, hands under shoulders, as we start to find our Halloween cat-cow. Not much difference from our normal cat-cow, but with a little bit of a spooky undertone. Also, I am dressed as a cat, as difficult as that might be to see. Got some cats on me anyway. So as you inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, find that cow shape, maybe taking a horrible face as you do it. Exhale to press the spine all the way up to the sky, the ceiling, finding that really scared cat. Ooh, maybe another face, another noise. Inhale to dip the belly, find that arch in the spine. Exhale to take it all the way back. Lifting the spine. Inhale, take it through. All manner of spooky Halloween faces here. Taking it through one more time, moving with your breath. And then the next time you come back through center, crawling your hands slightly forward, tucking your toes, pressing your hips high to find your downward facing dog. Really stretching those fingers wide, lifting the bum. Maybe there's a slight bend in your knees as you lift the hips all the way up and then start to release the heels down towards the mat. Finding this upside down V shape. Now, can you start to take steps all the way up to your hands, really slow steps, as if you're crawling up to that haunted house, really nervously, all the way, tiptoeing all the way up. Yikes, here at the haunted house, and just let yourself dangle once you're at the top of your mat, feet hip width. Release your head, so tip of the head comes down to the earth. Take a big old bend in the knees. And then as you inhale, tuck chin into chest and start to roll all the way up. Can you bring your arms out in front of you, fingers down, to find these like zombie hands? Yeah, starting all the way up. Then next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold it back down. Press the bum back as you take it wide and find your forward fold. Inhale, hands rise to the shins. Find a little lift here. Exhale to release it back down. Step right and left foot back to downward facing dog. Lovely. Now lower the knees. Coming down briefly to that child's pose. Keep the arms where they are. Can you slither your body through? So we're thinking chest and chin coming to the ground, bum lifting up and then slithering through, very reptilian-like, all the way through to a cobra. Pressing your hips down into the mat, slight tuck of the tailbone. Exhale, release it all the way back down. Inhale, press up to your knees, tuck your toes, lift back to downward facing dog. Getting ready to pounce. Inhale, rise the right leg and exhale, step it through between the hands. Can you ground this back foot so the toes are pointing to the top left-hand corner of the mat? So warrior one, we rise all the way up. Right toes facing the front, left are at that slight 45-degree angle. Find that little wrapping back of the tailbone. Arms are lifted. Now we're starting to fly. Witch flying on, well, not really a witch flying on a broomstick yet. Maybe a bat flying is more likely. So start to press the weight into that front foot. Can you lift the back foot as you take the arms out to the side? Point the lifted toes down towards the mat. Welcome any wobble here. Flying ain't easy. One more breath here. And then release the left foot all the way down to the earth, stepping back into a lunge. Just rise those arms and exhale then to fold. Now we're going to lower our back knee, so coming down to a low lunge. Now this one's a bit tricky, but see where you find it. Wherever you want to be is where you want to be. But we got to do it. So witch flying a broomstick, it could not be more Halloween if it tried. So we're going to snuggle this right hand to the inside of the right foot first. So maybe snuggle that right foot out slightly. Then this right shoulder is going to snuggle underneath that right leg. Right hand coming on the other side of the foot. And then you might take that foot in a little. So you're ending up with kind of your right arm underneath this right calf. Right hand on the other side. Now you might stay here. This might already feel really twisty and hard to get the body through. You might start to lift the arms and find that witch flying on a broomstick. If you would like, you could lift your back knee and really fly, letting the hips release down to the earth. Wherever you are, finding a couple of breaths here. Soaring through the sky on a mission. And then gently releasing that back knee down if it's lifted, unraveling that right hand, bringing it all the way back to the right hand side, over the top rather than under. Now we're going to slide this right foot all the way over to the left hand and ground the leg, finding a pigeon pose. So taking that leg out long behind you. And then try to lower yourself a little more to the floor. You could be on blocks underneath your forearms here. You could be all the way down. But thinking of it like you're back in that haunted house. and you're really, really trying not to be seen. Maybe you're under a bed. Fingers crossed, no one finds us. Even in the most conspicuous place. Conspicuous, is that the right word? In the most obvious place, I guess. Release your hips down to the mat. Just stay here for a couple more breaths. Letting yourself sink. You've got no choice but to stay here. You can still hear them wandering around. So how can you find your breath? Concentrate on the breath rather than the fear. Gosh, Halloween is fun. And then gently start to bring the hands all the way back around this front foot. Can you lift the back knee and step all the way back to your downward facing dog? Nice. Now lower the knees and keep those hands out in front of you. Can we find that slither again? It might feel a little different this second time. So lowering chin and chest to the floor before the bum follows. Finding that slither all the way through and then rising to your cobra. You can keep your cobra really low here. Just feeling how the body feels. And then exhaling to take it down. Inhale to rise to knees. Tuck toes and press all the way up. Downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift the left leg. And exhale to step it through between the hands. Ground that back foot, toes pointing towards the top right hand corner of the mat. And inhale to lift your way up. You can bring some space between your legs here. If you're feeling slightly unbalanced, give yourself some width. Bending in the front leg, straight back leg. Tuck that tailbone under, lifting the arms. And then we need to fly again. Maybe we're still in that haunted house. And we've got to fly from one room to the other. All of the floorboards have fallen through and we need to get to that room because we're saving someone. So weight starts to push into this front leg. Back leg lifts, arms out to the side, toes pointing down. Maybe there's a plant in your face, but that's fine. You've got to battle through to get through to whoever that is. Turn the lifted toes down to face the floor. One more breath here. And then ground your foot back in that lunge. Rise the arms and then release them down around the front foot. Lower that right knee. So we're back into this lunge. Got another witch on her broomstick. Maybe you've rescued your friend. She's off now, she's got a story. She's got a whole story around this. You've rescued your friend, you now need to get back. And the only way is to fly on this broomstick. So first snuggle that left foot slightly out to the side. Try and get this left shoulder as much under that leg as possible. But it might only be that arm. Hand comes to the other side of the left foot and then start to snuggle that left foot a little bit more back into the center. And maybe you stay here. Maybe you lift the arms. Find that flying. It's really tough. It's a lot of work for the legs. Maybe you lift that back knee and soar. Wherever you are, still finding that slight lift in the chest and sinking the hips down towards the mat. One more breath, wherever you are. And then releasing that back knee down. Unsnuggle that left hand, and then the left foot is going to come all the way across to where the right hand is, finding a pigeon on the other side. We've got to get back under that bed. Get yourself as flat as you can, as many props as you need to make the floor come closer to you. That's all we're doing, bringing the floor a little nearer. Getting under the bed. Can they hear us still? Getting as low as possible. Just finding your breath. Really sinking the hips down into the floor, trying to make yourself as into the floor as possible so no one could possibly see or hear you. We're here for a couple more breaths. And then gently start to rise all the way back up. This time, can you send your back leg all the way in front? So we're sending both legs in front of us. Just give them a little shake out. Oh yes. We're over the worst of it. You'll be glad to hear. Just a couple more issues, okay? Because unfortunately, the haunted house was on an island and we've got to get back to shore. But don't worry, no Navasana, no boat pose. We're going to bring the right sole of the foot into the left thigh. And just make sure that you're really connected with the ground here. You could roll up a blanket and place it underneath you. We're going to rise the arms and exhale to fold over this left leg. Maybe bringing hands around the leg. You could reach to grab a hold of the foot, but trying to keep a straight spine as you fold over this leg. We're soaring through the water in a boat, a canoe, I feel, with the length here. But we've still got to keep ourselves hidden. We've still got to keep ourselves hidden because someone is awaiting on the other side. Tuck your chin into your chest, slowly rise up. You're going to bring your left leg to just swivel out to the side. So you're just kind of seated in this like half seat. So left leg on top of right. Just finding this little sit over to the side. We're going to bring the left fingertips to the earth beside the toes. Inhale, rise the right arm. And we're finding this mermaid shape because unfortunately on our route home, there are some sirens. Those creepy mermaids who I feel are very deserving to be in Halloween right now. Creepy mermaids who are trying to lure. They're trying to get you to the rocks. They're trying to make you crash in your boat. Singing away on their rock, looking all graceful in this lovely little side bend. Exhale to release. We've avoided those first ones. Take the legs back out in front of you, a little wriggle. And then left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale the arms up and exhale to send it out long, finding that fold. Hands to the side, maybe hands around the foot. Finding that fold, getting low in that boat, that canoe. We don't want to see any more. Please, no more. One more breath here. And then tuck chin into chest. Roll all the way up. Oh no! Unfortunately, there are some more. Right leg comes kind of on top slightly of left. Finding that little seat to the side. Right fingertips to the right hand side. Left arm sweeps overhead. There are the sirens once more. Roll that left shoulder back, find that side bend. And they're singing so beautifully, but unfortunately it is taking us in. And we're getting closer and closer. No, towards the sirens. And then gently release this left hand. Take the legs out long. Unfortunately, they got us. We met a grisly end with the sirens, as is fitting for any Halloween adventure. Send your arms out in front of you, fingers down, zombie type pose, and then really gently keep your back straight and really slowly roll yourself back down into your grave. It's bleak. It's a bleak ending. Arms straight up and then let them fall. And then just release the arms out beside you. Maybe bring the legs a little wider, snuggle those shoulder blades underneath you as you release into your Shavasana, your corpse pose. If you've got time, maybe spend some time here. Or maybe you're too spooked out by that terrifying horror story I just told. And you need to get back straight away. Happy Halloween!